I need to stop honking the horn or people will get mad at me. Let's learn car vocabulary. I parked the car right here so that I can teach you car vocabulary, new words and expressions related to cars. These are the headlights, and they're used to illuminate the road while you're driving. This is the hood. The hood is like a cover that protects the engine of a car, and it's usually secured by a latch or a lock. This is the windshield. It's easy to remember this word because it's a compound noun. Wind plus shield. The function of the windshield is to protect the driver from weather conditions such as rain, wind, and so on. I'm recording this video in Las Vegas, so the windshield is very useful here to protect drivers from the hot and dry and desert weather, which is about 89 Fahrenheit, which means 30 degrees Celsius. It's really hot. These are the side mirrors, and they help the driver to see what's happening in the traffic behind the car. It's really important and useful. This is the wheel, and this is the tire. Do you know the difference between a wheel and a tire? The wheel is the metal structure attached to the axle, and the tire is the rubber cover around the wheel. The tire. Now let's move on to the back part of the car. This is the trunk or boot in British English. Trunk or boot, yes. And the trunk is used to store general things or baggage when you're traveling. These are the turn signals. The turn signals are used to indicate your intention to turn. They're really useful. These are the brake lights. And they're turned on when the driver hits the brakes. To hit the brakes is when the driver stops the car. For example, when the traffic lights are red, the driver needs to hit the brakes. These are the reverse lights, and they're turned on when the car is in the reverse mode, when you're going backward. What else do we have here in the back? Oh, the license plate. License plate, yes. I'm not gonna show you the letters and numbers, but this is the license plate. Now it's time to learn about the interior of the car. Thank God, because it was too hot outside. Well, in automatic cars, this is a gear selector. By gear selector, I mean that you can change gears. And by gears, I mean neutral, park, reverse, and drive modes. But manual cars have gear shifters and not gear selectors. When you shift to drive, you can drive the car forward. When you shift to neutral, the wheels are able to move, but the gas pedal doesn't work. This is a handbrake. Some cars, automatic cars, have parking brakes. Basically, handbrakes and parking brakes have the same function. They stop the car from moving. The only difference is that parking brakes are usually buttons and you just have to push the button or something like that. And handbrakes, actually you need to pull hard to engage. This is the rear view mirror. It's used to see what's happening inside and in the back of the car. Now let's take a look at the dashboard. This part of the car is the dashboard. So when the police officer says, "Put your hands on the dashboard," that's what he means. In the dashboard, we have the steering wheel. Steering wheel, yes. And this is the horn. This is the horn. And the action, this action, is actually to honk the horn. I am honking the horn. Do you usually honk the horn? I hate it when people do that. This is the speedometer, which is used to monitor the car's speed and make sure you're not speeding. To speed is when you drive too fast. That's too dangerous. This in the picture is the fuel gauge. The fuel gauge shows you when it's time to fill the tank with gas. Those things under the steering wheel are the paddles. Interesting name, isn't it? When you're driving too fast, you can slowly press the brakes. The common expression for this is hit the brakes, to hit the brakes. If you want to speed up the car to make it go faster, you can use the expression put the pedal to the metal. It means to go faster, speed up, press the accelerator. But please be careful not to speed up in areas that are 25 miles per hour. If you speed up in those areas, you'll get a fine. A fine is a punishment in the form of a payment. Well, that was the video. I hope you learned many new words. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. See you guys!